Hi guys, it's Chris at the Cork and Crown, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. And what I've been doing the last few films is tasting through samples I've received from Martin Harris at Butford Organic. Now I've filmed several of them, but I said to Martin, are there any that you'd rather I didn't mention yet? Because they're samples, they're pre-releases, they're not released yet, so I don't want to tell anybody about them until he's happy for me to. So I've tasted a few things already, but I'm not going to talk about those. But there's a couple of things I can talk about. One of those things is what I have in my hand right now. Phizzy 500. Phizzy 500. This is the organic cider. There was also a perry version of this, so it's a blended cider, and the Phizzy was a blended perry. But I think there's something on here about what apples are predominantly in it. Organic ingredients, freshly pressed apple juice, main apple varieties, Dabinet and Vilbury. Two things that I'm familiar with. Dabinet, very traditional English cider apple. Vilbury, traditionally French cider apple. Both bittersweet, I'm pretty sure. Anything else on here? It's organic. No, kind of like these new labels. Oh yeah, 6.7%. So it's quite strong. I kind of like these labels. Classy. Classy, classy, classy. Simple is good in my view. Love it. But it's what's in the bottle that counts, not what's on the bottle. So let's open up and find out what we think of this. Pop! So gently sparkling, it says. Pretty sure these are bottle conditioned. Pretty sure. Pretty sure. Or pet nat. Either bottle conditioned or pet nat. Normally does pet nat, but you might have bottle conditioned them. There you go. Nice colour. Nice colour. Hazy. Sort of slight amber bordering on marmalade. Fine bubbles, there's a little bit of fizz, not a lot. Let's have a sniff. Looking forward to this. Just spent the afternoon with my family, my family, my three brothers, and my mum, who were over at my brother's house in London. I've got a brother who lives in London, in Hackney, but the other two brothers I don't see very often, and we haven't been together as a group for long. Well, since my dad's funeral was the last time we were together as a group. That was several years ago, because one of them lives in Sweden and the other one lives in New Zealand. So we don't get together very often. So it's quite nice to have us all together in a room. And as soon as we're all in the room together, it's like nothing has changed at all. No time has passed. Even though we're all a lot older, everything seems to stay exactly the same. Anyway, it was good to see them all. Right, let's smell this. It's a bit of funk. There is a bit of funk. I thought when I popped it, I could smell a bit of funk. Well, I can smell a bit of funk, but it's a good sort of funk. It's a farmyard funk. It's a traditional cider funk. I like it. And underneath that, you do get a slight bittersweet, sweated apple character for sure. And what's a skin-like quality. Hint of like dry stone fruit quality. Yeah. But there is like a funkiness over the top that makes it, which screams traditional farmhouse cider, which this is. And like, there's nothing in it. The ingredients is just freshly pressed apple juice. That is all that's in it. It's great. I love Martin's stuff. I love Martin Harris's stuff. No sulfite. I mean, I literally don't mind sulfites. Doesn't bother me. Small amount at the beginning, sort of 50 parts per million or whatever it is. Before fermentation, just to inhibit anything bad and allow the wild yeast to do their thing. That's fine with me, you know. It's a very small amount. But it's quite nice, and people can do non-intervention stuff if you can get away with it, which he can. He doesn't seem to have any problems at all. It's brilliant. Shall we try it instead of talk? Yes, please, Chris. All right. Bone dry, tannin, gentle malic acidity, sweated apple character. There's a bit of that funk. There's kind of a russety character to it as well. There's that pip from a stone fruit character as well in there, which I talk about all the time. The same sort of things bubble up a lot because they're the primary qualities that you get. Gentle bubbles. It's good. It is good. It's a really good dry cider, that. But it's a proper dry cider. You gave me that blind and said who made that. Once in Martin Harris. Or we're not saying Martin Harris. I would say Ross on Wye. Blind, I would say that was a Ross on Wye cider. I absolutely would. And that is not a criticism in any way, shape or form. But it tastes very Ross on Wye to me. The farmyardiness, the dryness, everything, all those characteristics. This is pretty cold, but it's a hot day, so that's great. But it will inhibit some flavours. Yeah. A proper dry cider. Bitter sweets. So tannin, low acidity, quite big alcohol, because it's got quite a lot of sugar in it. So 6.7%. That is a good. And he says this is, and I think he described this as kind of like easy drinking, kind of like sort of. I mean, not, but you know, he's like, oh, it's just kind of like, you know, bit of fun. That it's nothing. That's not just a bit of fun. That's a proper cider. That's a proper farmer cider. That's a natural wine. That's a non-interventionist wine. That's what that is. And it's great. And if you've never had a proper dry cider, this is a great thing for you to try. Proper English dry cider. What a great place to start in a 500ml bottle. That, or that, because the flavour profile is so similar. So there you go, guys. That was one of several samples I've got from Butford Organic, but unfortunately I can't talk about all of them yet. But as soon as I can, I absolutely will. So thank you for joining me back in my cider shed. I hope you join me again. But until that time, cheers.